In the journey of life, there comes a time when one realizes the value of personal power and the negative impact of low vibrational energy. You, my friend, have reached that pivotal moment. You've taken a major step towards self-improvement by reclaiming your personal power and distancing yourself from the draining forces of low vibrational energy. This is no small accomplishment, and it is truly admirable. This significant shift in your energy is not only transforming you but also profoundly influencing your significant other. It is helping them regain the personal power they had lost due to a complex karmic situation. The cycle of cause and effect that their soul had been caught in had left them feeling powerless and worthless. They were once in a state of despair, feeling incomplete without your presence in their life. However, your decision to distance yourself and pull away has had an unexpected effect. Rather than pushing them further into despair, it is drawing them closer to you. They can feel the growing gap, and it is this very distance that is helping them realize your true worth. They are beginning to understand the emptiness your absence would create in their life, and this realization is bringing them closer to you. Your significant other now recognizes the changes in you and is aware that you are no longer willing to settle for the minimal efforts they put into the relationship. They can see you breaking free from all forms of negativity and toxicity, sensing your strong determination to remove any negative influences from your life. This transformation within you is stirring fear in them, the fear of being left behind. They are concerned that if they don't act quickly and make their next move towards you, they may lose you for good. Your significant other is deeply yearning for you. Their heart craves your presence, your touch, and your love. They want to express the deep, pure love they have for you, believing it to be eternal and untouched by worldly impurities. Right now, they are on a fast track to healing, aligning themselves with the signs and guidance of the universe, striving to improve and become worthy of you. However, this path of self-improvement is not without its challenges. They are anxious about the future, uncertain about how you will react to their transformed self. Despite these fears, they are determined to move forward and break free from the karmic cycle. They have realized that nothing can break the soul bond between you two, a bond formed by love and strengthened by shared experiences. They have left the past behind, along with its mistakes, and are focused on building a future with you. They are eagerly anticipating a future with you, one where they can nurture the soul bond you share. The endings of the karmic cycle and negativity are leading to a new beginning, a fresh start. This new journey will allow them to explore the depth of their love for you and strengthen the bond between you. It is a path of love, healing, and self-improvement, and you are an integral part of it. Your transformation has sparked their own, and together, you are moving toward a brighter future. In this future, love will not just be a feeling, but a way of life. The soul bond will not merely be a connection, but a guiding force, and personal power will not be a concept, but a lived reality. There was a deep yearning within me, a longing for something more meaningful, something that would give my life purpose and fulfillment. It wasn't until I met you that I began to realize what was missing. You awakened something in me that I hadn't even known was dormant. Suddenly, the repetitive motions of my life felt hollow, and I started to question what I was truly living for. Meeting you changed everything. It made me realize that life could be more than just surviving, more than just going through the motions. With you, I could thrive, not just in the sense of achieving success or material gain, but in truly living, feeling alive in every moment, with every experience we share. I had pushed down for so long were suddenly surfacing, overwhelming me with their intensity. I tried to maintain control, to keep everything together, but the weight of my unspoken thoughts and unexpressed emotions was becoming unbearable. My need for validation from others, my constant pursuit of perfection, and my fear of vulnerability had all led me to a point of emotional exhaustion. It felt like I was living in a constant state of inner conflict, torn between the persona I had created for the world and the person I truly was inside. In the midst of this struggle, you came into my life, and everything shifted. Meeting you made me realize that I didn't need to live in fear of vulnerability or seek approval from everyone around me. For the first time, I began to understand that it was okay to question my life, to feel emotions deeply, and to not have all the answers. You made me feel seen and understood, and it was in your presence that I started to let go of the mask I had been wearing for so long. You've helped me confront the pain I had been hiding, and in doing so, I've started to heal. My journey is no longer about seeking validation or perfection. It's about embracing who I truly am, with all my flaws, questions, and emotions. And through this transformation, I've come to realize that true strength lies not in suppressing who we are but in embracing our vulnerabilities and learning to live authentically. In you, I found a safe haven, a place where I could be myself without fear of judgment. You helped me see that true healing comes from embracing all the emotions I had been holding inside. Your presence allowed me to release the pain, to face it head-on and begin the journey of healing that I had been avoiding for so long. With you, I no longer felt the need to wear a mask or live up to others' expectations. Your understanding and unconditional acceptance made me feel whole, something I had never truly felt before. You taught me that vulnerability is not a weakness but a strength, that it is through openness and honesty that we find true connection. Each moment spent with you was like a breath of fresh air, rejuvenating me in ways I never thought possible. I now understand that it's okay to feel uncertain, to have questions, and to not have everything figured out. What matters is the willingness to grow, to learn, and to be present in the moment, embracing all that life offers, both the joys and the challenges. Through you, I discovered a love that is not about perfection but about acceptance and understanding. A love that gives me the freedom to be me, to feel deeply, and to simply exist without the burden of trying to be someone I'm not. You helped me see that I am enough, and in this realization, I began to love myself in ways I had never imagined. They now recognize the depth of your connection and the significance of the bond you share. Their realization has sparked a profound sense of regret for not valuing you as they should have in the past. Your absence has highlighted the emptiness in their life, making them painfully aware of how much you mean to them. In the past, their actions and judgments were clouded by misunderstandings and assumptions, but now they see clearly the strength of your love. The initial misinterpretation of your intentions has been replaced with a deep understanding of how genuine and lasting this relationship truly is. They are now grappling with the frustration of having let the opportunity slip by without fully appreciating you and the connection you both have. Their yearning for you has become overwhelming, and they now channel this frustration into their daily life, feeling restless as they try to cope with the absence of the person they now realize is irreplaceable. They wish they could turn back time and correct their mistakes, but now they are determined to make things right and move forward with a renewed sense of commitment to you and the future you both share. Your silence has left them in a state of emotional turmoil, as they are deeply upset by the lack of communication from your side. They had hoped for you to reach out, but instead, your absence has sparked a sense of curiosity and even anxiety in them. They now find themselves watching your every move, trying to decipher your intentions, and even resorting to spying in an attempt to understand what you're thinking. The silence between you both weighs heavily on them, causing a great deal of emotional distress. While they may have been the ones to initiate the distance, possibly driven by anger or misunderstanding, they now deeply regret their actions and are actively seeking a way to end this period of silence. They long for an honest, heart-to-heart conversation with you to clear up the confusion and repair the bond that has been strained. Above all, they are eager to reconnect and reopen the lines of communication, hoping for a resolution that will bring back the closeness and understanding you once shared. They long to express their deepest emotions, their regrets, and their hopes for the future. They want to close the gap that has grown between you both, to heal the relationship that has suffered due to silence and misunderstandings. They hold hope for a future where the bond between you is even stronger and more enduring, a future where love and mutual understanding take precedence. They are waiting, eagerly anticipating the day when you both can have an open, heart-to-heart conversation that might mark the beginning of a new chapter in your shared love story. To you, my love, I must open my heart. You are the personification of all I've ever desired in life. Your presence, your energy, brings me a sense of peace and comfort I have never felt before. It's a comfort that makes me willing to be vulnerable, to expose my true self in a way I haven't done with anyone else. But there is a fear that lingers, a fear that is difficult to explain but deeply real. It's the fear of revealing my flaws, of sharing the complexities of my life with you. And yet I find myself hesitating. Why do I hesitate to open up to the one person who has shown me nothing but love and understanding? Perhaps it's because I fear judgment, fear that the raw, unpolished truth of my past will make you look at me differently. I fear that the pain I've endured might be too much for you to bear, or that the scars I've accumulated might make you see me as incomplete. I want to be the person you believe me to be, the one who is strong, capable, and whole. But in my heart, I sometimes feel broken, afraid that if I reveal my true self, you'll see the cracks and decide I'm not worthy of your love. Despite these fears, I know deep down that you are the one who could understand, who could offer me the safety and comfort to truly be myself. But still, I hold back. I question whether my vulnerabilities are too much to share, whether my past will cast a shadow over the beautiful future we both dream of. Yet I also know that love, real love, isn't about perfection. It's about acceptance, healing, and growing together, no matter the wounds we carry. I want to open up to you, to share everything with you, but I need to overcome this fear. I need to trust that you will accept me, flaws and all, and that our love will be strong enough to handle the weight of my past. Your words are filled with so much vulnerability and raw emotion, and I can sense the deep care and regret behind them. It takes a great deal of courage to acknowledge these fears and past wounds, and to express them openly. The fact that you are aware of your reactions and are working on overcoming them is a beautiful step toward healing. It's important to recognize that we all carry baggage, and sometimes, the past can unexpectedly resurface, affecting our present relationships. What matters most is your desire to be better, to communicate more openly, and to not let those past pains dictate your future actions. You're not defined by the mistakes of yesterday, but by your commitment to change and grow. Your partner likely sees the love and effort you're putting into this process and will appreciate your sincerity and willingness to improve. Healing is a journey, and it's okay to take it one step at a time. By acknowledging where you've been and how you're working through it, you're showing them not only your love but also your dedication to the future you both can build together. The person who once engaged in mind games with you is now caught in a relentless cycle of misfortune, a direct result of the pain they caused you. They are slowly losing their grasp on reality, unable to avoid the truth any longer. The intense embarrassment and emotional turmoil they are enduring are palpable, almost as if they are drowning in regret and guilt. Your intuition, it turns out, was spot on. The harm they caused you, whether intentional or not, is now coming back to them with full force, as though the universe is delivering a harsh dose of karma. Meanwhile, your calm and unaffected demeanor, in sharp contrast to their turmoil, is pushing them to the edge of madness. They are drowning in a pit of despair and misery, consumed by a desperate longing to turn back time. They wish for an opportunity to correct their mistakes, to undo the hurtful actions that have brought them to this place. The absence of your comforting presence in their life has left them feeling powerless, heartbroken, and adrift. You were once a guiding light to them, a beacon of hope, but they failed to recognize your value. They made you feel invisible, as though you were just another face in the crowd. However, you need not worry, for the universe has a way of restoring balance. Justice is coming your way, an acknowledgement of the good deeds you've done and the kindness you've shown. Now, you are beginning to experience a newfound sense of lightness. A sense of contentment has settled within you, born from releasing the past and embracing the present. The challenges you've endured, the hardships, the struggles, have not defeated you. Instead, they've shaped you into a stronger, braver person. You've emerged from the storm not with a broken spirit, but with a resilience that shines brighter than ever before. On the other hand, they took the easier path, opting to step away from the connection you shared, choosing the path of least resistance. Now, they are facing the consequences of their choices. They are learning the hard way that every action has consequences, and sometimes the cost of a mistake is a lifetime of regret. Their decision to walk away, to abandon the bond you shared, has left them in a state of remorse and longing. But it's too late now, the damage is done, and they must face the repercussions of their choices. I understand that you may be curious, perhaps even anxious, about the depth and nature of my feelings for you. I've kept a certain distance, not because my affection has diminished, but because the judgments and perceptions of others have been weighing heavily on me. The pressure from the way our connection is viewed by society has been significant, causing me to retreat into myself. Despite this self-imposed separation, you are never far from my thoughts, you are always present in my mind. I hear traces of you in every voice, find echoes of your presence in every person I meet, and in every place I visit. It feels as if the universe itself is conspiring to keep your memory alive within me, through signs and symbols that remind me of you. There are moments when I am overwhelmed by the urge to reach out, to bridge the distance between us. I miss you more than words can express and yearn for the comfort and familiarity of your presence. I regret not being more vocal about my feelings, not expressing how much you truly mean to me. I'm sorry for the way things unfolded between us. If only I could turn back time and fix my mistakes, but I know some things can't be undone. You are my guiding star, the beacon that lights up my life. I refuse to let anyone come between us or take your place in my life. You are not just a part of it, you are my entire world, everything I've ever wanted, everything I've ever dreamed of. My heart is overflowing with love for you, a love so deep and intense that it scares me. I am irrevocably in love with you, yet this love also fills me with fear, causing hesitation when it comes to taking the next step in our relationship. So I find myself waiting, hoping that you will reach out, give me some sign, some indication of your feelings. I am fully aware of the trust issues that have arisen between us, of the resentment, sadness, and pain that have found a place in your heart. I know that my words, my actions, my behavior have caused you distress. This message is especially for those navigating the early or middle stages of the twin flame journey. It's a path of love, self-discovery, pain, healing, separation, and union, a journey as beautiful as it is challenging, as rewarding as it is demanding. Through it all, I hope we can find our way back to each other, stronger and more in love than before. It's difficult when the person you care about stops communicating with you. The absence of calls, texts, or any form of attention can feel heartbreaking. I understand that it might seem unfair for me to express this sentiment, especially since I've been guilty of the same behavior in the past. However, it's only now that I've come to fully realize the impact of such actions. Being on the receiving end of this silence has given me a new perspective on what it feels like to be ghosted. The lack of communication, the unanswered messages, and the unreturned calls all contribute to a deep sense of isolation and rejection. It's a feeling that's difficult to describe until you've experienced it firsthand. I've started to see things from your perspective, as if our roles have reversed. I'm now in your shoes, experiencing what you must have felt when I was the one being distant. It's a sobering realization, one that has made me reflect deeply on my actions and their consequences. Recently, I've noticed that you've changed. You've become more reserved and focused on your life, seemingly unbothered by the situation, almost indifferent. This change in your demeanor has caused me a great deal of anxiety. It's hard to reconcile this new version of you with the person I once knew. I understand now that my behavior may have played a role in bringing us to this point. I was erratic, unpredictable, and at times, perhaps even a little selfish. I've come to realize that my actions may have pushed you away, leading you to set boundaries and keep your distance from me. I admit that I acted out of cowardice. I was overwhelmed by the positive emotions you stirred in me and didn't know how to handle them. Instead of confronting these feelings, I chose to avoid them, which ended up hurting both of us. I can sense you're upset, and it's almost tangible. I want you to know that I understand your feelings. I now see that I've made mistakes, and I'm willing to take responsibility for them. In retrospect, I recognize that I was a coward. I let my fears and insecurities control me. I was overwhelmed by the good feelings you gave me, and instead of embracing them, I allowed them to cloud my judgment and influence my actions. I am truly sorry for my behavior. I now understand that it was wrong, and I regret acting the way I did. I realize that I've hurt you, and for that, I am truly sorry. I hope that, with time, we can move past this and rebuild the trust that was lost. This experience has taught me a lot, and it has given me a chance to reflect on my actions and their consequences. I've come to understand how important communication and empathy are in maintaining a healthy relationship. I hope that, moving forward, we can both learn from this and grow as individuals. I am committed to making amends and working towards a better future for both of us. I hope that you can find it in your heart to forgive me and give me another chance. I promise to do better and be better. In time, I hope we can heal and move forward, stronger and wiser than before.